Coming up, a Lowndes County man is found in critical condition.
And Kendrick Johnson's family is sued by an agent of the FBI.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Alexis Johnson.
And I am Vernie Jones. A Lowndes County man was in critical condition in a burn center Sunday, and 2 others were in serious condition following a late Friday blast near Hehira. Deputies, firefighters, and EMTs were called out to Nelson Hill Place. Bobby Gomez, Jennifer Price, and Catalina Willie were all admitted to the Joseph M. Still Burn Center in Augusta. Gomez was in critical condition Sunday, while Price and Willie were listed as serious. Nelson Hill residents said they heard an explosion and saw a man completely on fire. Lowndes County Clerk Paige Duke said the incident seemed to be a flash due to a gas poured on a fire.
FBI agent Rick Bell and his 2 sons have countersued the parents of Kendrick Johnson for defamation. Bell is claiming the Johnsons disparaged his family in statements about how Johnson died 2 years ago. The litigation is in response to a wrongful death lawsuit filed by Kenneth and Jacqueline Johnson, contending the Bell sons were involved in KJ's death at Lowndes High School and that local law officers and school officials covered it up. The Bells seek $1 million for comments about them in the media statements, news stories, and social media posts. They want both legal actions be tried in Lowndes County, where all defendants live and death occurred.
A missing Massachusetts child was found last week at Valdosta Chick-fil-A restaurant. The child's mother was arrested for the child's abduction. 3-year-old Kellen Leonard had been missing since November. His father, Jeff Leonard, and his mother, Shannon Reckner, shared custody of their son, and Leonard was expecting to make a custody exchange when he reportedly received a text message from Reckner. The text reportedly stated, "We are out of town. We will not be making an exchange." Shannon Reckner was arrested on the warrant out of Massachusetts and was also charged as a fugitive from justice. According to the Valdosta Police Department, she was later taken to the Lowndes County Jail.
State labor officials say Georgia's unemployment rate has dropped to 6.4%, which is the lowest level since July 2008. The Georgia Department of Labor on Thursday announced the new seasonal adjustment jobless rate for January. The rate was down from 6.6% in December and 7.3% in January 2014. State Labor Commissioner Mark Butler said it was the 7th consecutive month that the rate declined.
Valdosta City Schools held a public meeting Thursday concerning the new Valdosta High School. The architects presented information about the project, including renderings of the new school, information they have learned about the school and the project, and requested input from the community. Jennifer Steedley, Director of Public Relations with Valdosta City Schools, told reporters that overall, the feedback from the community felt pleased with the design and overall safety and security features of the facility and campus.
Last Thursday, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and officers with the Moultrie Police Department arrested 26-year-old Calvin Suggs. This arrest took place at 112 4th Street Southwest in Moultrie. Suggs was charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The arrest was a result of an investigation into the Sunday shooting death of Tony Harrison, who was shot in the plaza on the Sunset Plaza parking lot. Harrison's body was transported to the GBI Crime Lab in Macon, where an autopsy was performed on Wednesday.
When we come back, we'll tell you how to help breast cancer patients.
And find out how members of the community came together to fight a deadly disease.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Lionfish are an invasive species decimating local fish populations and spreading along the Atlantic coast, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean. Their presence, along with organized culling, increases the risk of envenomation to recreational divers and fishermen. Providing effective first aid is essential. Remain calm and immediately terminate your dive. Remove any obvious foreign material such as spines and rinse with fresh water. Soak in non-scalding hot water and go to the nearest medical facility. For more information, go to dan.org and beadiver.com.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Red ribbons filled the room Sunday morning at the Outlet Christian Life Worship Center in Valdosta. Members of the community came together as part of a nationwide event to combat a deadly disease. At the end of the service, guests were offered free HIV testings from the South Health District. Pastor Vincent Brown said he hopes to see more events like this throughout Valdosta. Events, he said, offer love and support, not judgment. Pastor Brown said the Outlet Christian Life Worship Center will host another such event on June 27th for National HIV Testing Day.
This weekend, members of Sylvia's Models and Talent will host Fashion Flicks, a show benefiting breast cancer awareness. The South Georgia Medical Center Pearlham Comprehensive Cancer Center will receive the proceeds gained at the show. Sylvia Self, the owner of Sylvia's Models, plans to use the money to buy wigs for the cancer patients. The show will spotlight different breast cancer survivors, some being in the audience and some being in the show itself. The show is scheduled for 7 p.m. this Saturday in Valdosta High School's Performing Arts Center.
The Humane Society will be having a dinner to raise awareness for animal cruelty and animal rights. The honored guests will be Susie, the 2014 National Hero Dog, and Donna, her owner. They will tell their story about how they came to pass Susie's Law.
Students from Tennessee plan to spend their spring break a little different than most college kids. They will spend their spring break in Moultrie at Heritage Church doing multiple mission projects. Last year, they built wheelchair ramps at multiple homes and businesses for the entire week. Organizers say that this is an annual event for Heritage.
Last month was the second coldest February in the past 30 years, according to agriculture experts. The freezing temperatures were detrimental to the blueberry season in Georgia, setting farmers back by up to 2 weeks. Some farmers lost up to 40% of their crop and are anxious to see how the season turns out.
Cross Point Church hosted their Sodium Conference 2 weeks ago. Let's go to News Valdosta reporter Nick Self for more.
2 weeks ago marks Cross Point Church's first annual Sodium Conference. The conference was held to debut 3 new ministries that they have coming out.
The conference, which happened on the 19th of February, was held to make the congregation of Cross Point Church and the community aware of opportunities that will be available for them to serve in 2015. The conference did center around 3 new ministries that the church will launch in the coming year. One was called Busted Up Bike Shop, or as they call it, Bubs. It will be a ministry that will teach people young and old how to perform maintenance on their bicycles. Another program they will start is a medical outreach. Partnering with the Partnership Health Center, they will offer a bi-monthly clinic for those in need. As the program grows, they plan to make the clinic open for more days and offer more services. But the project that will begin in the coming weeks is called Bumper Bags. Bumper Bags will be a ministry where the congregation is given shopping bags. Each week, the members who volunteer will fill the bag with groceries, and when they arrive at church, they will leave the bags at their bumpers. The team will then collect the bags during the service and put them in the Bumper Bag supermarket. The supermarket will be free to all of those in need, and all items in the supermarket are free. This will help those who just need a little help to get to the end of the month.
And these were things that we saw. We saw a bumper bag was being done out on the West Coast. The bicycle shop, the Bubs ministry, was being done in New Orleans. And also we saw a medical ministry in 2 or 3 different places. So it's from around the country as a result of the Unseen Tour.
You can get involved with any of these ministries by going to either their website at www.crosspointchurch.cc/serve or by stopping by the church office.
With News Valdosta, I'm Nick Self.
We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at our weather with Zach Saxton.
So stay with us.
body language. Without saying a word, it can tell you so much. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
What's happening, guys? Kip Moore here. I just wanted to say I cannot wait to get back home to play my old stomping grounds, Valdosta State. We promise to tear apart the PE complex April 11th. See y'all there.
Everybody raise your glass. Pick it up and throw it back. Grab a hold of your honey.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Zach Saxon. Zach, what are we looking at?
Thanks, guys. This morning has been a sunny morning. Moderate start to the week. The high for today is 79 degrees. It'll be a calm, warm day with a few scattered clouds with no chance of precipitation and no wind with 80% humidity. The low overnight will be dropped to a low of 59 degrees and will remain partly cloudy throughout most of the night. In tomorrow's forecast, the high will reach a peak of 85 degrees with a low of 59 degrees. It'll be partly cloudy skies with a slim 20% chance of rain with light 9-mile-per-hour winds from the south and southeast. The UV index is a 5 out of the 12-point scale, and this means there's a moderate risk of harm from unprotected sun exposure. So be sure to wear sunscreen if you plan to be outdoors for a length of time. Today's pollen count is at a high of 9.3, with predominant being alder, juniper, and elm. That's all I have for weather. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Zach. When we come back, we'll take a look at local sports with Damian Edwards, so stay with us.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Valdosta State University,
encouraging
in-depth inquiry,
hands-on experience,
service and involvement,
and a global view,
while offering
a beautiful residential campus,
over 100 fields of study,
graduate and online degrees,
and championship athletics.
All in a warm and friendly community.
Get connected and involved.
Do more, become more.
Valdosta State University.
Welcome back.
Now let's check in with Damian Edwards for a look at local sports and some breaking news about the Valdosta State softball team. Damian?
The Valdosta State softball team took on the North Alabama Lions on Saturday at the Blazers Park. The Blazers came away with a doubleheader victory. VSU wasted no time establishing a 5-0 win in Game 1 in the doubleheader. They kept their foot on the pedal going into the second game. The Blazers walked away from the second game with a 6-1 victory over the Lady Lions. This win brings the Lady Blazers' current winning streak to 10-0. The Valdosta State star Courtney R. Britton entered Sunday's series finale with just 2 hits shy of the Gulf South Conference record for career hits. On the second pitch in the bottom of the first inning, R. Britton was struck by Hillary Carpenter pitch and was forced to leave the game. Although VSU hasn't released any formal information, a social media post later suggested that Albritton suffered a broken arm in her right forearm. The Valdosta Blazers men's baseball team also took on the North Alabama Lions in the doubleheader on Saturday. The Lions took Game 1 on Saturday, defeating the Blazers 7-6. Game 2 ended with the Blazers winning in a 3-1 victory. Valdosta's JV baseball team defeated Chris County 12-4 on Saturday in Valdosta. Honorable mentions include Tate Berry, who was the winning pitcher for the Cats. At the plate, he went 1-2 with bases loaded. Another recognizable player was Dustin Dosher, who got 2-2 with RBI, and Jake Jaramillo had a 2-3 afternoon while 2 of the bases were stolen while they supported Berry. The next game will be Wednesday night in Tallahassee, where they take on Lincoln High. Valdosta State Rugby Club has become the NSCRO Georgia champions for the second year in a row. The team has won 38-15 this Saturday against the University of North Georgia. This victory will lead the team to the South Cup, where they will play in the first round of playoffs. Next week, they'll be traveling to Ocala, Florida, to play against Lee University. The game is set to start at 2 p.m. The Georgia Christian girls basketball team capped off their season with the first ever GISA state championship on Saturday against Monsignor Donovan Catholic High School. After trailing by as many as 18 points in the first half, GSC created a defensive firestorm which narrowed the lead. During the second half, GSC determination combined with the 11 points delivered by Haley Garrett was enough to take a 42-39 lead and walk away with the win. That concludes today's local sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Damian. When News Valdosta returns, we will tell you about the turnout for early voting for eSplosh.
So don't go away. We'll be right back.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the Forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
My dad's one of the producers. He's there tonight. Bring this one.
And we're back with News Valdosta.
Valdosta Furniture Store, Turner Furniture Store celebrates its 100th year anniversary. In celebration of this milestone anniversary, Turner's will be giving away $100,000 in free furniture and will be donating $100,000 to qualified local charities. Monthly drawings will be held through December with 28 individual winners each month. To enter the giveaway, visit any Turner's Furniture location. More information can be found online at turnerfurniture.com.
Early voting increased last week with 400 more votes cast than the previous week, relating to the eSplosh campaign. Lowndes County voters are casting ballots on the Educational Special Purposes Local Option Sales Tax Referendum. Early voting continues 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. this week, Monday through Friday. Early voting is conducted at the Lowndes County Board of Elections office at 2808 North Oak Street. The special election will occur March 17th at county polling places.
The VMS math team placed second in the annual Math Counts competition on Friday. Albert Kane and Jackson Page also qualified individually for statewide Math Counts competition. Chang placed first out of all students who participated in the competition, and Jackson Page placed 7th. These two students will compete in the state competition at Georgia Tech on March 23rd.
With a fresh smell of popcorn, athletes and volunteers gathered for the Area 15 Special Olympics Spring Games at Freedom Park Tuesday morning despite the cloudy day. There were more than 400 athletes who competed. More than 100 volunteers from Moody Air Force Base, Valdosta State University, Lowe's, and Lowndes High School arrived to help them. The activities included wheelchair races, relays, triple jump competitions, football tosses, and sing-alongs.
That's it for our program today. Thank you for watching News Valdosta. I'm Alexis Johnson.
And I am Vernie Jones. We'll see you tomorrow.